Oracle cards are less about answers and more about awareness. Each card is a symbol, a whisper from your inner world. Today's card is the Whale, keeper of emotional depth and inner wisdom. Today I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to start the whale and then you take off on your own. So to give that curve for the bottom, I'm just tracing something I have that's a circle. And then you're going to do this curve that, right, so it's not heading straight down, it's a little bit horizontal before it goes down and then up. It kind of reminds me of the Pepsi swirl. And then you're going to do the underside of the whale, that's the white, and just for aesthetic, I curved that right into the fin that's on the near side. And then you can look at all different examples of whale tails. I kind of combined a couple different things into the whale tail so it's a little bit flat on the edges. And then we're putting our fin that's on the other side just a little bit smaller. And then remember, these are yours. Do design them how you want. I'm just showing a pleased closed eye on it. And then we'll go ahead into marker. And the only reason I didn't start right out in the marker is that that fin on the near side overlaps. And you would erase that pencil line. I tried to keep these really quick and didn't even take that time to do that, but that's why I did it in pencil first. So we're just tracing on the lines that we've made so far, and then we'll add in just a few more details, and then you can decide whether you're going to add in color or leave it in just ink. So I really do like cute, so I put some little hearts on it, and then I'm going to put the little lines for what's the underside of them, that little texture that's under there, and then I'm going to have it blowing those curves at the top. So out of the blowhole, it's just like a gentle spiral at the top of a line. And I've clustered them pretty close together, right? So they're looking like they're coming out of that. And you could add stars and twinkles. I just added a few little bubbles around it. So remember, I'm not showing perfect drawings. I'm hoping it's just something to spark your creativity, has some meaning, and then you take off on your own. This is just an idea and a springboard. It's a doodle. Our next whale is the sperm whale, and it's again starting in pencil, so we can do that near side part, and it's kind of a rectangle shape, right? He's really boxy in the front there, but I've just stylized it to make it really simple, where you're just going to angle down towards the end of the tail and put a little curve. And again, like I said, you can definitely look at versions of tails. I just did this really simple, almost like a leaf at the end, and I did that so that we can then put this fin out on the near side. Again, this is a super simple one. And then go ahead and ink it in and put on a face that you find pleasing. And because whales do have a song that they sing, I'm adding a few musical notes over the top. And you could add anything you want, again, combining. Again, these are not perfect. They're meant to just inspire and have you unplug. And lastly, I did one that is super duper simple, where it's really almost a half circle. It does get smaller as it comes to the tail, so a little bit like a teardrop. Right? Again, pencil to have this fin on the near side, but It is super duper simple. We didn't do any type of curving for the tail. It's just right to the end, and then we put the tail fins. And I stopped short with that pencil line so then you can have that little curve towards the face, and then just ink it in when you're sure that you've liked it. Again, you can definitely pause, erase, change. I try to keep these really quick so that you're on to doing your own drawing. It just gives you the basic idea, and they don't need to be perfect. It's a symbolic representation that hopefully you're having some fun with. So this curve, same as in the first one, of showing that underside so that you can have some color and have it change and have a little texture to it. And I'm having it like if your inner voice is talking, cares. So there's our little heart coming up over the top. If the whale card appeared for you today, you might be asking yourself, what inner truth is surfacing?